runway inside landing. Oh, that's not good. I can't pull anymore. What is going on? Hold on. Auto throttle. Auto throttle. Alright guys, like I said, welcome back to Nassau. This is my home airport. This scenery is by Sierra Simulations. There's a version 2 now where they have a little bit of terminal interior. That's what you see there. My opinion, there was one for P3D that was made by actually some Bahamians, a Bahamian duo, and that one was superb. And little secret, well, it ain't a secret no more. They're actually working on one now for Nassau as well, because this one doesn't do the airport any justice. Alright, it's because of this reason I barely come to Nassau to fly right now, because I think the airport is trash. The representations that are out there are trash. Anyway, let's get back to what's at hand. So yeah, so the FlightSim Studio's ERJ-175. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk and talk. Alright, so first and foremost, this aircraft was released for 2020 a while back, and they then released an update for it to work in 2024. Now, I will tell you this, they have released apparently some real good products like the 727 and I can't say what else, but I know the 727 was one of their bigger releases, and I think that did pretty well. Alright, and I was a big fan of the 727. This airplane looks really nice though. The exterior model for this airplane looks really nice. So why are we taking this out today and it's such an old product? Okay, glad you asked. So the reason we're taking it out is because this aircraft, when it originally came out, did not have any VNAV, right? So I did not buy it right away, especially because it didn't have VNAV. I didn't buy it right away. I decided to wait. Alright, now there was a couple of friends was like, oh man, you know, I think it's good, man, you should get it. So I caved. I bought it, and I was disappointed.
Awesome is stupid.
I put it in the hangar, and I didn't touch it after the first flight. I think I got it originally for 2020, and then when it came out for 2024, I gave it a couple months, and then I tried it again. So I tried it about maybe 8-9 months ago. I tried it for 2024, and I was like, okay, let's see if it's gotten any better. And I got my answer. It was not. I wonder if we could go up these steps. Nope. Ah, dang it.
Emotional damage.
Alright, anyway, in the flight deck. Yeah, so I tried it for 2024, and it did not work. There was no VNAV. I figured, okay, well, I'll just use VS. So I figured, okay, I'll just use the LNAV and then just use. They didn't put any gas on this plane, man.
No! God, please, no! No!
GSX. What are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? Refueling completing. Well, y'all better put the gas up. Refueling completed. It can't be completed. That's not what I want. Okay. Okay, good. So the fuel is on board. Alright, so we are going to be using SayIntentions.AI for this flight. So bear with me for a minute. Let me go and get the ATIS, and then we will get going. Now, as you can see, it's going to be a night flight tonight. I know most people usually do sim stuff in the day, but I like to fly real time. So let me know in the comment section if you're okay with that, or if
Zulu.
you are,
Arriving and departing runways
if you prefer the day.
1410.
Just say, hey man, Ryan,
Wind
I
calm.
prefer you doing daytime
Visibility
stuff
10.
because, you know, it
View
doesn't
at
come out good. I don't
3500.
know. I don't know. We'll
Broken
see.
at 16.
Okay,
16,000.
so we're gonna get the
Temperature
ATIS quick.
27.
You can skip all of
2.25.
this if you want
Altimeter
and go to the
3001.
pushback.
Advise on
No,
initial
it's
contact you have
3001.
information India.
Alright, so be information India.
Linden Pindling International Airport. Information India. 0200 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 1410.
Alright,
Wind calm.
1410. Winds calm.
Visibility
Okay.
10.
Visibility 10.
View at 3500. Broken at 16. 16,000. Temperature 27. 2.25. Altimeter 3001.
001 set.
Advise on initial contact
set.
You have information India.
Set. Alright, good.
Linden Pindling
Alright,
International
we're good
Airport.
with the ATIS.
Information India.
So let's
0200 Zulu.
go
Arriving and departing runways
18.3.
1410.
Oh,
Wind calm.
okay, switch it.
Visible.
And clearance, Nassau clearance, good night. It's Envoy 3355. Embraer 175 requesting IFR clearance to Miami. We have information India. I sound so professional. It's because I'm home. I know the frequencies out my head. It just feels good.
Envoy 3355, cleared to Miami via the Freddy 2 departure. Then as filed, climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 240, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 121.0, squawk 6442. Expect runway 14.
Alright, clear to the Miami airport via the Freddy 2 departure, then it's filed. Climb maintain 4000, expect flight level 240, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 121.0, squawk 6442, and expect runway 14 for departure for Envoy 3355.
Envoy 3355, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.7.
Alright, we'll contact ground 121.7, Envoy 3355. Alright, so, alright guys, so just a note here. They gave us a SID out of Nassau. The SIDs out of Nassau, they're not using, okay? So just thought I would let you guys know. We usually take off out of Nassau and then there's radar vectors. So alright, so the arrival will be runway, actually I don't know yet. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna set the arrival. I'll set the star. Now here's a funny thing with the star going into Miami. It's gonna be the Vice 2 arrival, but the Vice 2, let's go from Nico. The Vice 2 arrival goes for landing east and west in Miami, and if you don't get the right runway in time, your top of descent could screw you up, especially if you're landing to the west. If you're landing to the west in Miami, you are to cross Vice at or below 16, but then the next waypoint, if you're landing to the west, is only about 9. Actually, you know what? Let me show you guys that. Oh man. Alright. Hang on. I thought I had all these stuff set up.
Liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Bingo. Alright. So, airport, let's go MYNN. So that's where we're at. And to where we're going. KMIA. Alright. I saw my control move. I guess pressing one of those. Okay, so let me show you guys some. Here's the Vice 2. Just real quick. I don't wanna bore you guys too much, but let me show you guys. Oh man, is there any way to change this to night? What's this? Oh no. Okay, alright, let me just show you guys quick. Okay, so there's Vice. Alright, there's crossing at or below 16, right? Now if you're landing runway 9 or runway 8 left, 8 right, your next crossing is below 14 but above 12. If you're landing to the west, your crossing in 3.4 miles is you gotta get below 10,000 feet. That's where your problem could come in if you don't know where you're going, right? So this is very important. So I actually filed something with SayIntentions to let them know, hey, you guys on this arrival need to tell people are they landing east or west so we can have an idea what part of the star needs to be set up. Other than that, you know, you're going to get to your top of descent and it's probably not going to be correct. So all right, so I'm done with that. So let's get back. So we're going to go vice 2. We're going to leave our approach and runway 4 once we get in the air. We're going to hit apply. After Nico, we're probably going to go direct to vice. And we're going to activate. All right. We're going to go perfinet. All right, so we'll just leave these numbers. Like I said, we're not too concerned about these things. We want to just make sure. Okay, we're going to flight level 240, so we'll set that up here. Okay, it's obviously what's on the gauge, so we'll put that there. Okay, gross weight, takeoff CG is 6.4. Let's go next. All right, let's go cost index 30. I'm making that up. I don't know what it should be. All right, now let's go flight plan. Like I said, we're here to preview this aircraft to see if it's worth it. Let's go to perf. We need to go to takeoff. We need to see what the speeds are. Okay, so the speeds are automatically set over here. 125, 130, 133, 184 VFS, and that's what we would set. No, we would set in 184 is VFS. That's what we would set in our airspeed indicator. So we'll go to man speed and one. Alright, so we're gonna set 184. Just bear with me, guys. Alright. Just trying to get this airplane set up. Okay, 184 is set. Alright, so and the trim is 5.5, so we're gonna set our trim here. Now, if you guys who watch my Phenom video, watch this. Now, these guys got it right with the trim. So I'm gonna trim up, and look, I'm gonna hold it for 3 seconds. And now I'm still holding my trim, but the trim has stopped. That is how it's supposed to work. Now I'm surprised there's no oral warning. I would think there's an oral warning to say trim, but anyway. So let's just call that a snag already, right? All right, so 5.5 set for the trim for takeoff. Okay, so we're all good. We're gonna leave it on that page. We're gonna turn this one to flight plan. Actually, you know what? Because we do radios from here, we probably better go to radios. All right, so we're on ground. Alright, let's get the doors closed and let's get out of here because I have chit-chat long enough. Alright, so let's close that, let's close that, and let's close that. Is it working? Oh, they're flashing. Okay, good. Alright, so I think we're good to go. Alright, speed brake lever disagree. Why? Hang on a sec, guys. Just gotta disconnect. Sometimes I have to disconnect my throttle and plug it back in. Now I'm using, Now I'm using the Thrustmaster Boeing throttle. I have the Boeing and the Airbus, but right now I have the Boeing one set up. Okay, so let's call for the push. Well, they're already kind of in position, but let's see. Prepare for pushback. Waiting for other services to complete. What other services? There should be no other services. Alright, let's just get them all to complete because we don't have time for this. It's already late. Departure clearance requested. Waiting for other services. Which other services? Fuel truck not coming. Catering service. Oh, abort.
Locking gear.
Okay, let's call ground. Ground, Envoy 3355. We're at gate, what gate are we at? We are at Charlie 42. Requesting pushback and startup.
Envoy 3355, push and start approved, face south.
Push start approved, face south. Envoy 3355. Alright, push start approved, face south. Okay, this is another thing I've noticed. I don't particularly like it, but anyway.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, let's release the park and brake. Let's get the dome.
All engines clear. Start at
November
will.
6 Kilo Quebec, runway 10, taxi via Hotel 4, Hotel Foxtrot, hold short of runway 14.
Alright, so we do have the dome light. Okay, good. I could trim all of them down this way. Oh, no, not that one. That one. Alright, good. That looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Alright, so start stop knob. We're gonna go run. And we're gonna go start. Alright, looking at engine 2. Alright, so we got N2, ignition Bravo. Looking for fuel flow.
Please set parking brake.
Alright, parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Alright. Alright, so we got fuel flow, we got light off, and now we're looking for N1. Now this doesn't happen right away, and I just try to wonder why. I would think you would get N1 to show up already. It shouldn't be 0. Yeah, see, it just kind of hops up. Now I could be wrong. Like I said, I've never flown the 175. I have flown the 145. But yeah, so if there's any Embraer people out there that fly the 175, if this is kind of how it works, I mean, that would be good to hear. Alright, so ignition's gone off. The engines have rolled back, and we're all good. Alright, so let's go ahead and start engine 1. Start. Ignition alpha. Wow, even before you get into? That's interesting. Okay, because usually we get N2 first, and then you get ignition. But hey, anyway, like I said, not type rated on this aircraft, but just speaking from previous experience for other airplanes. Okay, especially other Embraers, because even the Phenom isn't like that. But anyway, yeah, I know. Hydraulic pump, that's fine. We'll get to that here in a second. Alright, so we got light off on the number 1 engine. And there N1 jumps. Yeah, man, I don't know. But the ignition's gone out, so that tells me now that it is technically a stable start. Like I said, this, I don't know, man. I don't know about this. But anyway, let's move on. Alright, so we're going to set our runway to runway heading. I thought I had it set to automatically confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Okay.
You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, so this one, to move the heading bug, you gotta scroll. You gotta scroll. Now, this is what I was getting earlier. Yikes.
I've been thinking. Stop bouncing!
What is going on? Why are we bumping so much? Alright, so you're gonna set this to 143. That'll be runway heading off of 14. There we go. And we're gonna do our after start flow. So we're gonna go up. Alright, so nothing to do there, nothing to do there. Fuel pumps are all good. I think I already did no smoking. Did I do them already? Yeah, okay.
Tow truck disconnected.
Now
Pin removed.
we got red beacon. Well, if I probably missed that.
Right is clear.
Alright, we're gonna go APU off, and we're gonna go hydraulic pump to on. Alright, so these are all good. Alright, they're all good. We're gonna come down to the auto brake. We're gonna go RTO. We're gonna go flaps 1. And okay, that's it. And then we'll release the brakes. We'll hit the
Failure!
Alright, because the flaps hasn't been set yet. Okay, no problem. It's moving though. Alright, let's try it again. Release the brakes. No takeoff flap?
You're still a failure!
So I can't take off flaps 1? Interesting. Okay, so why would y'all give me... Alright, so flaps 2 it is then. That's interesting, unless the flaps aren't setting properly. Let's calculate. Alright, so let's go flap 2. Alright, let's try it again. Once the flaps are set. Alright, it's already set.
Takeoff, okay.
Alright, well. Okay, now questions is, do the speed remains the same? Let's see if I could just take a look at that here for 2 seconds. Let me see, 125, 130, 133, 184. It does have flaps 2 on it. Did it change at all? I don't think it did. Take off in it. Okay, alright. Anyway, we're not going to spend too much time with this because this is going to make this video super long. I'm not trying to make it long. Okay, here we go. So taxi lights on, and let's call ground. Nassau ground, Envoy 3355, requesting taxi clearance.
Envoy 3355, runway 14 taxi via Hotel 2 Hotel.
Hotel 2 Hotel to runway 14 for Envoy 3355. Alright, so brakes are released. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so today on the flight deck, I have Jessica as my first officer. Say hi, Jessica. Say hi, Jessica.
Hi, Ryan. It's Melissa. Just a reminder that I'm here to assist you.
Oh!
Oops.
He needs some milk!
Melissa. My bad.
Kilo Quebec contact tower on 119.5.
No worries, Ryan.
Tower, November
Let me know if
62
you
Kilo
need
Quebec.
anything else.
Okay, I'm sorry, Melissa. And Deshaun, say hi to the people, man. Deshaun will be our flight attendant today on Say Intentions. Alright, so this is a part of the Say Intentions that I really enjoy. Okay, like right now, let's talk to Melissa about the takeoff briefing. Hey Melissa, can you talk to me about the takeoff briefing?
Sure, Ryan. Here's our takeoff briefing. We'll be departing from runway 14. We're flying the Freddy 2 departure with an initial climb clearance to 4,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climbing to flight level 240. Weather at departure shows no significant issues. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3,000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. We've been cleared as filed. Squawk code is 6442, and departure frequency will be 121.0. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 128 knots, VR is 128 knots, V2 is 131 knots, flaps 2, 21, flex 41 deck C. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Captain.
Alright Melissa, thank you for that very detailed takeoff briefing.
Envoy 3355, contact tower on 119.5.
You're
Take care.
welcome, Ryan. Just let me know if you need anything else.
Contact tower 119.5 for Envoy 3355. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the radios to Melissa. I think that's her name. Yeah, I'm going to hand the radios to Melissa. And I'm going to focus on flying and talking to you guys while she talks to ATC. Hey Melissa, can you take the radios and contact tower and let them know we are ready for takeoff on runway 14? This thing is so cool, man. If you are not using Say Intentions in 2026, what exactly are you doing? This product is amazing. All right. Hey Deshaun, we're number 1 for takeoff, so take your seats, please.
Copy, Captain Ryan. Equipment is secure, and crew are taking seats now.
Man, you gotta love it. You have to love it. What the hell is that? Alright, I'm gonna pretend like we don't see that. I'm just going to pretend like I don't see that. Okay. So, Melissa, when you hand over the radios and give a instruction, sometimes it takes them a hot minute. So the frequency
November 62 Kilo Quebec
so
contact Miami
the
Center on
frequency's already set. So what I'm going
125.7.
to do is I'm going to make the contact with Tower initially just to get the ball rolling, and then Melissa will take over. Tower, Envoy 3355 holding short runway 14, ready for takeoff.
Envoy 3355, Nassau Tower, runway 14, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Alright.
Runway 14.
She got it from here.
Envoy 3355.
Alright. Alright, we clear for takeoff. Alright, so we're going to take off with the auto throttle. So the auto throttle on the 175 is a bit interesting. You advance the power to almost the toga position, and then it kind of takes over automatically. So you'll see that. So you'll see me push it, and then we'll look for the annunciators here on our PFD. And also, I'll be looking enough that you could see when it moves forward on its own, alright? Alright, so we're going to consider left side's clear, right side's clear. Remember, procedurally, I'm shortcutting some things. We want to get to the operation of the aircraft. We're trying to figure out if this aircraft, is it ready for prime time? So we're going to find that out here in just a moment, okay? Alright, so...
On runway 14 remaining.
Alright, everything's good. We'll hit the toga button. Okay, take off, okay. Alright, so here comes the throttle. So we move it. Oh, wait, did it catch? I thought it did. There it is. It's gone. Alright. Alright, so we got TO. We got auto throttle, TO. Wow, where did that plane come from? Alright, we got airspeed is alive. There's 80 knots, check. Continue. Yeah, there's a weird pulsing from this aircraft. I don't know why. V1? Rotate. Whoa. Cash money.
Approaching runway 14.
Alright, we go gear up. And we got LNAV. Oh, there's our flight director. Oh, there it is. Alright, we got up 1,000, so we're going to retract the flaps. We're good. Climb thrust has been set already. And we are on our way to Miami. So what we're going to do, we're going to engage the autopilot.
Contacting departure, Envoy 3355.
Alright, 3,000. We got 1,000 to go.
Good evening. Climbing through 1,500 if.
We're going to go FMS speed 210. Alright, so far so good. Look like it wants to level off at 4,000. We'll get the taxi light off. And yeah, we are on the way. Alright, look like it's leveling off at 4, so far so good. I'm surprised they haven't given us a high altitude yet. Alright, but anyway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, so I'm seeing our first problem. Let's see if it'll go back down and correct. Will it? Will it? Will it? Will it? Will it? No. So, alright, so, alright, VS. We're gonna go down. Oops, that's up. We're gonna go down, let's say 500 foot a minute. And we're gonna go down to 4,000. Let's see if the altitude will capture. I don't see alt cell though. Okay, so I may have to hit altitude hold on my own.
Envoy 3355, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. Envoy 3355.
Alright, so we've already been told flight level 240, so we're gonna go VNAV. And here we go. Okay, so we can see that it definitely has a bit of an issue. Whoa. Okay, that's steep. Yeah, so it's climbing out at 210 still. Now I'm climbing out in manage mode speed. I think it should have already swapped over to like 250 for the climb, but for whatever reason it wants to do 210. So we'll watch it and we'll see how managed it does. Like, oh, hold on, let me see. Can I change this speed manually? No, I can't. Okay, so if I hit VNAV, still, okay, it's still in level change. Alright, anyway. Now guys, like I said, if you see that pulsing effect, that is for whatever reason the aircraft, okay? So I just wanted to let you guys know that is not me, okay?
Envoy 3355, traffic at your 12 o'clock, 5 miles, at 8500 Diamond Twin Star.
Traffic, Envoy 3355.
I turn on the TCAS. Let's see. Alright, so we out of 10. So we'll go seatbelt sign off. And yes, it's hard to see. Let me see. Okay. Oh, the no smoking was off. Alright. Let's turn all of those off. Let's turn that off. Logo light, we'll leave that on. And let's go dome light off. Okay, so now the flight level change has accelerated us to 270 knots for the climb. And so far, like I said, we had the one hiccup with the airplane not maintaining its altitude. So let's see what happens when we get to flight level 240. Let's see if there's any difference.
Radar contact. Maintain VFR at or below 13, 3000.
Oh.
Up to 13, 3000, citation 9 Whiskey Yankee.
Man, that iPad's bright on that flight deck. Alright, so guys, it's a nice moonlight night. This plane looks good. That's what sold me to buy it, was it really looked good. Functionality, well, that's why we're here. Right now, I know you guys, if you guys haven't seen, there's a bit of a wacky thing going on here. So what we are going to do is we're gonna go Nico direct vice. Okay, it actually is already there, but hold on, let's go. Okay, but why is it Miami? That's interesting. Huh. Nico. Oh, so after Nico is platoon.
Contact Miami Center on 125.7.
Switching to Miami Center on 125.7.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now that looks good. Alright, so we're out of flight level 180, so we'll go standard.
Miami Center, Envoy 3355.
Standard.
Good evening.
Standard.
Flight level 240.
Oops, I should have changed this already.
Envoy 3355, Miami Center, good evening.
Standard.
Citation 9 Whiskey Yankee contact Miami Center on 125.7.
Alright, let's get this thing turned down a bit. Okay, there we go. It's more like it. Alright. Dual class. Cabin music. Okay. Alright guys, so we're at 20,000. We got 4,000 feet to go. Still doing what it's supposed to do. And then as quick as we get up, we'll go and get the ATIS for Miami, because we need to know what runway they're going to be using for landing, right? So we can know how to set up. So the arrival ATIS is going to be 119.15. So let's actually 119.15. We're going to put that over here and send that up.
8 left. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Broken at 7,000. Broken at 19,000.
There'd be no way you could get them from this far in real life, but hey, since we could get them, let's just get ahead of it.
2.21. Altimeter 29er. Density altitude 1400 feet. GPS interference testing ongoing. Expect minor navigation fluctuation. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information.
Alright, so this one is information in there.
Miami International Airport.
So
Information
23 for
India,
24.
253 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 9er, 8 right,
9,
12, 8 left.
8
Wind
left,
calm.
1, 2.
Visibility 10. Broken at 19,000. Overcast at 25,000. Temperature 28, 2.21. Altimeter 29er. Density altitude 1400 feet.
Okay.
Flight following is requested.
Okay, guys. Once
Read back all
again.
runway and
Sorry.
hold
Let
short
me turn that off.
instructions.
Okay, guys. So once again, we've gone 140 feet above our cruise altitude. And it looks like it wants to correct. Let's see. Let's. Ooh. 1,000 feet a minute? Yikes. Okay. Hang on. Seems like it wants to correct. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad. What is going on over here? Stall protection, ice speeds, ice condition, anti-ice, 2 valve, and wing and engine valve open. Okay, so we're in icing conditions. Okay, so that means our stall speeds have been increased. Interesting. Okay. Alright guys, so while that's happening, let's go back to our FMS and now let's configure because we know we're landing to the east. So now let's go back to arrivals. We're going to select the runway. I'm going to land 8 right because it's a bit closer to the terminal. It's a bit closer to the terminal where we're going to park. So we'll stick with that. And then 8 right ILS. Let me just get that information. And I'm actually on my iPad getting this information just so I don't have to be swerving you guys around too much on the flight deck. Alright, so 8 right, we'll do it from booze, just in case for vectors, and we're gonna go, it'll be device 2, and we just crossed Nico, so we'll just say from Platoon, just to keep it all together. We'll hit apply. Alright, we'll go to flight plan, and we got Platoon, Sire, Jets, Vice. Let me just make sure. Neckney, Gami, Raven, Cisco, Dahlia, and Builds at 5. That's all good. And then there's the approach for the ILS for 8 right. And this is the missed approach to the missed approach point. And there is no alternate flight plan. Okay. Alright guys, so now let's take a look at something. Vice, there it is, 16,000 or below. That is the restriction. And then Neckney is... Okay, so it's below 14 but above 12. And Gamey is below 11. And Raven is 9,000. And Sistio is 8. And Dahlia is 6. And Build is at 5. Alright. So we're pretty much all set up. What we're going to do is we're going to try to knock out as much things as possible. So let's set our minimums for the ILS. It's going to be 454 feet. So let's see. Okay, see it? It's showing up right here. 450 feet. So 450. So I'm only going to... Whoa. 490. 480. 470. 460. Okay, there it is. 450. I almost thought I couldn't get it a little while ago. Okay. Now, let's check out the performance for landing. Let's see if they give us anything. Approach speed. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so how? Oh, do I have to put them in manually? Let's see. 137. Nope, not taken. No. Anyway, we'll wait it out when we get a little closer. All right. All right, guys. So everything is set up for our approach. So far so good. It's maintaining the 24,000 feet. How will it work out in the descent for us? I don't know. We're about to find out. All right, we can see the Florida shoreline. Now, my top of descent is about here. Now let's see if they give us an accurate top of descent, because I'm very interested to see if they do that. Okay, so we're gonna go auto brake to medium, seeing that we're landing 8 right. And like I said, we weren't able to get our speeds, so yeah. So overall for this airplane, for right now, man, I'm gonna score it about, I don't know, maybe like a, so far it's been about a 6.5. It seems, unfortunately, this product was released, I don't think it was ever finished. This product was released pretty much as a beta to the public, if I remember correctly. And that's why they're saying that once they redo the autopilot, that they would officially release version 1 of the airplane. So that tells me that everything we're using is still work in progress. But the plane has been out from either late 2020 when FlightSim 2020 came out, or early 2021. That's how long it's been out. All right. And like I said, I held off a while because I was like, okay, when they bring VNAV to the plane, I'll buy it. But peer pressure, listening to friends, they was like, oh man, you should buy it. You know, it looks good, and it.
Envoy 3355,
Hold on.
descend via VS2 to 3000 Nico, transition into Miami. Altimeter 29er.
Okay, no, that's not right.
That is not correct. Because according to the encyclopedia of...
Descend via VS2 to 3000, Nico transition into Miami. Altimeter 29er, Envoy 3355.
Now, here's the thing. Let's go back over here. I want to show you guys something. So now, let me just be straight up honest. Well, I'll always try to be honest. But okay. So they said descend and maintain. Descend via the device to descend and maintain 3,000. So with us landing to the east, we would go along this route, and the lowest altitude we get is 5,000, right? If we were landing to the west, if we were landing 27 or 30, it would be 3,000. So this is where it kind of makes sense to me. Now, can ATC give you a lower altitude? Sure. But in real life, from this far, they wouldn't tell us to descend to 3,000 unless, unless it really was, yeah, I don't even know. And look, and I go Miami a lot. And I go in the Phenom, and we never, well, actually, we would get something like that, and the reason for that is because we never could keep up with the speed of the jets coming behind us, so they'll have us come down lower, and they tend to vector us off the path sooner, because, to move us out of the way of incoming jet traffic. The Phenom 100 is a bit of a slow bug. So now in the 300, when we go into 300, it's a different story. We could keep up to all the speeds, and we would go direct the builds. Okay, I give that. A 9 out of 10. That started to descend right at top of descent. I got no complaints there. That is awesome. So right now we're going down to 3,000 feet. Let's run. Let's see what they got for descent checks. So I can't
Miami
even
Center,
read the
cargo
paper.
south 75907, flight level 380. Cargo south 75907, radar contact.
Oh, great. I can't see that. Anyway, we'll just do my descent checks. All right, so we got windshield heats pushed in, pressurization panel is set, and what else?
Miami Center, JetBlue 513, flight level 270.
All right, well, on this airplane, we got auto brake is set, landing speeds, approach briefing. Okay, let's go to Melissa. Melissa. All right, Melissa, can you give us an approach briefing from Miami? Let's just give her the work.
We'll be arriving in Miami on runway 9er using the ILS approach. We'll be flying the
Yeah,
Beast 2 arrival.
I won't be
Transition
going.
level is 18,000
I won't be
feet.
going
After the star,
to
we'll
runway
intercept
9.
the ILS
But
to
anyway,
runway
I'll
9er.
ask for that later.
Weather at arrival shows winds calm,
Winds calm.
visibility 10,
10.
broken clouds at 7,000 feet.
Broken clouds
In the event of a
7,000.
missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 6442, and approach frequency will be 120.5. We'll configure for landing with flaps full. Final approach speed will be 118 knots.
118.
We'll be
Okay.
taxiing to gate D60P. I think we're ready for the arrival, Captain.
D60P. So let me go set that up. Oh shoot. So let me go set that up in GSX now. D60P. D. Bingo.
Miami Oceanic Center, American 905, flight level 350.
Alright, so we got that in place.
American 905, radar contact.
So yeah, so I mean,
American 2694,
man,
contact
you
Miami
can't
approach on
ask for descent
125.5.
no better than this. This is great. Alright, so like I said, there are some things that I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing the oral alerts. I'm not hearing no trim sounds, no trim, and I realize that. So there's no trim, there's no 1,000 feet to level sound, there is no altitude alert, there's nothing. But it seems like that none of the oral warnings are working. That's what it seems like. So.
Envoy 3355, contact Miami approach on 120.5.
Switching to Miami approach on 120.5. Envoy 3355. 18,000 for 3,000.
So we're gonna set the baro to 2999.
Envoy 3355, Miami approach. Good evening, Miami altimeter 29999. Expect the ILS runway 9er approach into Miami. And have you got information, India?
Yeah, we got India.
Altimeter 29999er. Expecting the ILS runway 9er approach. Envoy 3355.
Hey Melissa, can you ask him if we can get the ILS for runway 8 right, please?
I'll ask for the ILS approach for runway 8 right.
Thank you. I love it. I love it, guys. Guys, if you're not using SayIntentions in 2026, what are you doing with your life?
ILS approach for runway 8 right.
What are you doing with your life? This is like FS2 crew. And
Envoy 3355, expect the ILS runway 8 right approach.
All right, good.
Expecting the ILS runway 8 right approach. Envoy 3355.
Here's another thing that SayIntentions can do. SayIntentions can, you have your, oh, by the way, I think I want something to drink from the back. Hey, Deshaun, do you mind bringing me up a Coke and a chocolate croissant, please? I love those chocolate croissants from Starbucks.
Understood, Captain. We will bring a Coke and a chocolate croissant to the flight deck now.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Captain.
Okay, then how about this? How about something a little on the personal side? Watch this. Hey, Melissa. So, once we land in Miami, what are your plans for this afternoon?
about you? Any plans?
Yeah, well, I'm not flying tomorrow, so I think I'll probably just go out, grab some food, and then, yeah, I'll probably just come back and see if I can get an early night myself. Sounds good.
That sounds like a good plan, Ryan. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks, Ryan. Let's focus on getting us safely to Miami.
I agree. Okay, good. So there, you have your
Great!
convers.
We're all set for the ILS approach to runway 8 right in Miami. Let me
Okay.
know if you need anything else.
Okay, good. All right, guys.
Skylane 15, Charlie,
So
contact Havana Center on
this is
133.35.
all say intentions. You're talking to the AI. You cannot use any sexual gestures,
Skylane
or you
15,
get banned,
Charlie, good day.
or you get like strikes against you.
November
You
781,
can't
Victor Echo contact
use
Havana Center
any
on 133.35.
terrorist-like wordings
Envoy
or anything of that
3355,
sort.
turn left, heading 270, vectors for the ILS runway
So
8 right approach.
that will keep you in good standing if you
Heading
just.
270, vectors for the ILS
Ooh,
runway 8
is
right
that for
approach.
us?
Envoy
Oh,
3355.
flip. All right. So so 270, right? Okay. So I told them about this today. That I think that they should really. Okay. Now here's the problem with our descent. Now we're gonna go.
Captain Ryan,
Oh,
just following up, your Coke and chocolate croissant are on their way to the flight deck now. Hope they hit the spot for you.
you're the man, Deshaun. You're the man. All right,
Appreciate it, Captain Ryan.
Roger. No problem, man. Thanks so much. Okay. So
Copy, Captain.
we're gonna go VS now, and the reason for that is very simple. We're off of the descent path because we're not flying the Star anymore, which we should have stayed on it until builds. But this is something that I reported to SayIntentions, and anyway, this is something that they need to work on. But anyway, we'll get there. All right. So anyway, we're 270. We're vectors to final. And what we're going to do is we're going to go VOR loc for the ILS, and this is automatically going to set us up with our inbound course is already set, 092, and the approach frequency is 10.3. So let's just go to the radio quick. Yep, 10.3 is set on number one, and the FMS is on auto. So all of those things should be set. Once we get closer, these should come up. So yeah, we're on VOR, and VL stands for VOR/localizer. All right. Yeah. So we'll call descent and approach complete. And right now on this descent, as you can see, the airplane has a bit of a porpoise. I don't know what's happening there. Like I said, initially starting off, it was really, really nice. Now, let's see if we could get those speeds in, because I was kind of concerned about that. Let's see. Nav. No, perf. That's a performance thing. Approach speeds. No. Activate approach speeds. Oh, hey, why not? Let's see what that does. Oh. Oh, that reduced me to 210. Okay. Oh, that's fine. All right, 137. Yeah, it's not taking the speeds. It's not taking the speeds. Man. Let me see. If I go 125, yeah, no, it's not taking any speeds. So I'm just gonna have to trust my auto speeds to give me the recommended speed. And she did brief the approach, and I think she said rev was like 118. So we'll just fly 10 knots higher than that on approach. We'll fly 128. And that should be more than enough to get us in without any issue.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
But here is one of my gripes with SayIntentions right now. Is just okay. Hang on.
devices.
Oh, where is that light? All right, seatbelt sign. We'll go landing lights on. We're out of 10. Seatbelt sign is on, and the altimeters are all good. All right, so we're gonna go dome light off.
Gate is gate D68AP. The weather in Miami is clear and calm. Crew, please ensure
All right. Now, like I said, they would never do this to us in real life. They would not bring us this far south. We're getting ready to go off over Homestead Air Force Base. You know, they would never turn us this far south. So this is
Doral 523 Miami approach. Good evening, Miami altimeter 299er. Expect
this
the ILS runway 9er
this
approach
is
into Miami.
this is an
Advise you have
issue
information India.
that I have with SayIntentions right now, and I'm trying to get them to correct this. Like, hey, keep us on the star until we reach the point where we must be vectored, like by builds, right? Yeah, but anyway, we'll keep going. So far so good though. Remember, right now we're here for the airplane. I'm gonna do a whole separate thing on.
We have information India. Doral 523.
Oh, that sounds like another human. That sounds like a human player. And that's another thing. So.
Doral 523. Good evening.
With SayIntentions, if there's anyone on SayIntentions, a human player anywhere close, you actually will hear them if they're on the same frequency as you. So that's actually pretty cool as well. But SayIntentions is going to have its own video. I just wanted to show you a couple of the things that I really like about it. Like I say, obviously interacting with the flight attendant, interacting with the co-pilot. The co-pilot does have the ability to also do checklists. You can actually build a checklist from scratch, or I think you could go online and download certain checklists, and then they'll actually read them off, and they wait for you to respond. And you have to respond with the correct action. I think that's actually pretty cool. So yeah. Okay, so we're at a 7,500 feet, still going to 3,000. We're doing 1,000 feet a minute because I didn't want to get down too quickly, but yeah, I hope we get a turn here soon because yeah, I hope we get a turn.
Lanco 2502, contact Miami Center on 132.4.
132.4, Lanco 2502, thanks for the help.
And I could always ask for a turn, but I'm just going to let it play itself out so you guys can actually see how it works. All right, so while you're here, definitely don't forget to comment below if you see anything that, like I said, I may have missed, or you want to give me some insight on this aircraft yourself. Like I said, I have flown the Embraer 145. The screens are set up just a tad bit different, but for the most part, they're pretty much all the same. And the autopilot's slightly different as well, but it is what it is. It's not too bad. I believe I got most of it figured out. But if you're on this airplane and you see something that's, it's not doing that either, what it's supposed to do, then definitely point it out, because this is, like I said, I want you guys to kind of see it for yourself, and you determine whether, do I want to add that to my hangar right now, or should I wait for version 1.0? All right. So we're out of 5,600 feet. I hope they give us a turn soon, because this is getting kind of ridiculous. We should have already gotten like a 300 heading or something like that. But let's see. Let's see what they decide to do. And I didn't want to be out here too low, so that's why I'm only doing 1,000 foot a minute. Okay. Yeah, this pulsing back and forth of this airplane is
American 385, contact Miami Center on 132.4.
a bit interesting.
Over to Miami Center, American 385, so long.
Oh, by the way, SayIntentions is also controlling the AI traffic as well. The AI traffic is from AIG. Well, the models are from AIG, and they actually incorporate them. So the good thing is, if I'm being sequenced around any aircraft, the aircraft is actually SayIntentions is actually controlling the AIG traffic. So the new thing that just came out the other day with Navigraph and FSTL or whatever to bring back the AI traffic with Flight Radar 24, you cannot use, well, let me not say you can. You can use both of them together if you wanted to. However, just remember that SayIntentions, when you hear them talk, they won't be responding to the aircraft that you actually see moving around. So in that case, you can be landing on a runway where there's an airplane taking off, or it's on the runway, or it's landing, or a plane lands right through you, or whatever. It is not being sequenced. All right, so I read that in their Discord channel that that they are not using the data from Flight Radar 24 with the FSTL liveries models. Sorry, but you can use the FSTL models or the AIG models and have them work along with SayIntentions for them so that you can have airplanes in your sim. Okay, this is getting out of control. How far are they going to take us? Wow. Okay. We're coming up to 3,000 feet. We still haven't gotten a turn. And how much longer for a turn for Envoy 3355? Yeah, you can ask all these questions if you want to. Like really though.
3355, turn right, heading 035, vectors for the ILS, runway 8 right
Oh,
approach.
so now y'all give me a turn.
Right turn, heading 035.
Why didn't y'all give me that
vectors for
sooner?
ILS, runway 8 right approach. Envoy 3355.
035. That's absolute craziness.
Doral 523, speed 180 knots, Embraer 175, 1 miles ahead.
Okay, now this is some of the cool things they've just added. They've added like a bit of a vectoring, they'll tell aircrafts to slow down or to resume normal speed. They'll ask me to slow down for traffic ahead, and they'll also have the air traffic slow down for me. So that's something that is really cool as well. All right. Okay, so that heading finally puts us on a heading that makes sense, that takes us back towards the airport. So I gotta give it to them. But that took a while. We're far. These are some of the gripes that some people have with SayIntentions. Good thing is they have a reporting or troubleshooting area that you can. Okay, there's that altitude creeping up again. That altitude is creeping up again. All right, we'll give it a second. We'll see if it'll adjust and go back down like it did before. And there it goes. Okay. Okay. Come on, catch it. Catch it. It like, man. Okay, I don't know if that is too bad though. 120 feet, and then it knows it needs to descend, but then it over descends, and then it climbs back to the altitude, and now it's within 40 feet. I don't know if that's too bad. That's. I mean, I could kind of live with that. I don't know, you guys. What do you think about that? Think you could live with that? All right. Like I said, obviously the pulsing though, I'm trying to wonder. I'm trying to wonder if it's GSX. I'm trying to wonder if it's GSX that's caused it. Like once you use GSX, if it causes the airplane to sputter like this, But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. But right now, like I said, this right now is kind of at a 7-ish. Now, like I said, I haven't explored with very much items, but hey, point A to point B. You got LNAV working, VNAV seems to be working.
Envoy 3355, descend and maintain 2,500 feet.
Okay.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet.
Now,
Envoy 3355.
I have a problem here. I got to 2,000. I don't know how to get it to 2,500. So that's a bit of a problem for me. All right, so we're going to go 500 for a minute, and then when I get to 2,500 feet, I'm just going to hit altitude hold. I don't understand how to... Oh, shoots. Yeah, like, I'm trying to understand. I tried to hit control. I thought one was control, or maybe shift, but none of them are actually doing the trick. So how do you get 500 feet? Yeah, no, that's not it. So I don't know.
Envoy 3355, 16 miles from lawn, turn right, heading 060, descend and maintain 1,500 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS, runway 8 right approach.
Right, heading 060. Descend and maintain 1,500 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS, runway 8 right approach. Envoy 3355.
All right. So we finally put on a heading that takes us to. I gotta turn this dome light on. I gotta see what I'm doing here. Where is it though? Okay. So we are cleared for the approach. We'll turn the inspection on, and we'll wait for landing clearance to turn the taxi light on. All right, we'll turn the dome off.
523, 6 miles from INS.
Okay, so we have our localizer, and we're going down to 1,500 feet.
For the ILS, runway 9 approach.
And we are a total of 18 miles out. So we're still a good ways. All right, so we'll start configuring. Once we get inside of 10 miles, we'll start to configure. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are cleared the approach. Let's go approach mode. So we got localize the Glysopa's arm. And I assume approach 1 is maybe cat 1? I don't know, maybe. But anyway, approach 1. I don't know if maybe... I know this has an auto land feature, but I don't know if it's working. So, okay. So anyway, we're continuing down. Alright, so we're going to 1,500. So, like I said, once again, I wasn't able to get the altitude set, unfortunately. So once we hit 1,500, I'm going to hit altitude hold. And we'll just wait for the glide slope to capture. Alright, how far are we? 14 miles. Okay. We're doing 210 on the speed. We're still a little ways out. Alright, coming up on 1,500. Here we go. Yeah, so this is... I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm not doing right, but I can't get it to set in hundreds of feet. Only thousands of feet I can get. Alright, so let's go with the altitude hold now. Okay. Wait, why is the auto brake off? Alright, so let's go back to medium. Alright, and where are we now? 12 miles. Okay, good. Alright, guys. Finally, sorry this flight took so long. Really sorry. I wasn't expecting this to happen. Alright, so let's go flaps 1. And what I like about the speed being in the auto mode, you go flaps 1, it'll jump. The managed speed will jump to the next setting. So you'll see this drop here any minute now, or any second now. There it is. So it's dropped to 180 knots, right? Good. And we are 9.8 miles. We got glide slopes alive. Alright, let's go flap 2. And looks like we're going to come right to the final approach fix. So we are going to... Alright, this localizer is capturing.
Envoy 3355, contact Miami Tower on 118.3.
Switching to Miami Tower on 118.3, Envoy 3355.
Alright, we'll get the APU online just before landing.
Miami
We got
Tower,
one dot.
Envoy
Let's go gear down.
3355. Good evening. Established on the ILS runway
And
9
we're gonna go
approach.
flap 3.
Envoy 3355, Miami Tower, roger, continue approach.
Alright, good. And then we're gonna go flap 4.
Envoy 3355, runway 9er, winds 360 at 5, cleared to land.
And we're gonna go
Runway
flap
9er,
5.
cleared to land. Envoy 3355.
Alright, glide slopes captured. Alright, missed approach altitude is gonna be 3,000. So we'll set that. Wait, how did this go to hundreds of... What in the world?
Doral 523, Miami Tower, roger, continue approach.
That's interesting. What did I press that made that go... Okay.
Doral 523,
I missed that.
runway 9er, winds 360 at 6, cleared to land.
Alright, I gotta check my playback and see what I pressed that made that go to 50 feet. I mean, okay. Alright, guys. Alright. So, landing checks. Alright, so we got gear down, 3 green. Auto brake is medium. We got flap 5, set indicating 5. And 4 landing checks complete. And, well, autopilot yaw damper is to go. And we'll go 128 on the speed. Well, no, actually, they do have a rev here. It's 125. So we'll reduce. Alright. And we're gonna hand fly now. And we're gonna go yaw damper. Well, no, yaw damper is already off. Alright. Well, actually, looks like we leave the yaw damper on. Alright. So we're gonna leave the auto throttle on for now. We're gonna let landing. Runway in sight landing. Oh, that's not good. I can't pull anymore. What is going on? Hold on. Auto throttle.
Bam! You dead. The crew on the virus.
Oh, flip. Whee! What in the world? Man, I got this elevator all the way up. Like, the pitch is all the way up. We were definitely too slow. Alright, so speed's decreasing. We auto brake medium. I'm not using any reverse because I couldn't get the reverse set up properly, so anyway. Alright, so we're going to... Alright, auto brake is off. We're going to go manual braking. And we're going to clear the active right chassis. Alright. Oh, man. I'm so sorry about that, guys.
Envoy 3355, exit at Mike 5 if able. Contact ground on 121.8.
Exit at Mike 5 if able. Switching to ground on 121.8. Envoy 3355. Miami ground, Envoy 3355. Good evening. Cleared of runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Alright, let's see what directions they give us.
3355, Miami ground, taxi to gate D60P via November 8, November. Good day.
Alright, November 8. November 8, November. Okay, got it.
Advisory frequency Grumman 0 Bravo Victor.
November 8, November.
Papa via November 8, November. Envoy 3355.
Radar services terminated. Grumman 0 Bravo Victor. Change to advisory frequency approved. Squawk VFR.
Alright, guys. Welcome to Miami International Airport.
Doral 523, Miami ground. Taxi to gate D17 via Tango 7.
Oh,
Tango
I'll let
Yankee.
Deshaun welcome you guys.
Runway 30, good day.
To the only place in the continental United States
Okay. So overall, what do I rate the airplane? Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere around.
JT-17, Gaia
Unfortunately,
Tango, Tango Yankee, hold short of 30,
yeah, that's a real person.
door 523.
That's a real person. Um, 12:11 a.m. Is that how late it is? Wow. Um, yeah. So what I would rate this aircraft, I would rate this aircraft about a 6.5 out of 10. There's some major issues. It looks really good on the outside. I'll give it that. But and the autopilot is the autopilot is maybe about 80%. No, maybe not 80%. Maybe I'm not doing that. Maybe I'm not doing that right. Maybe it's maybe like I will leave the logo on. Yeah, it's maybe it's like 85% functional because we didn't really have any problems with it. I think what threw us off was the weight and balance. So that would probably be more related to the FMC itself and the loading of the iPad, which I guess is not very functional. So close. So close. All right. So let's go park and brake set, and we're gonna go engine shutdown. Gonna go beacon off. We're gonna go fast seatbelt, no smoking, and requests. All right. All right, guys. Well, welcome once again to Miami. All right. It is after midnight. It's after midnight my time as well. Oh, let's open the doors. Yeah, it's after midnight my time as well. But thank you so much for tuning in as we get these people off. There's only supposed to be one person coming off, but anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, wait. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Once again, you have the option to decide whether you want to add this plane to your hangar or not. Like I say, if you can deal with some of the other issues it has, it may be a good choice for you to just at least put it in your hangar for now. And when the autopilot gets its feature done, completely revamped, it may be real nice. But as it stands for now, this plane does need some work. This plane needs some major work. Okay. My thing is, if you can't get accurate, actually, let me let Deshaun say his goodbyes.
Push and start approved. Land Peru 2699.
Yeah, if you cannot do,
Passengers deboarding
Ladies and
started.
gentlemen,
yeah,
now parked at the gate.
yeah.
Please make sure to collect all
So
your
I just think it needs
On
some
behalf
work.
of all of
All
us
right,
at
guys.
Enjoy Air,
So like I said,
thank you for
once
flying
again,
with us.
it's up to
Welcome to
you.
Miami.
Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We'll be doing more reviews like this on other aircrafts. And like I said, I know this aircraft's been out a while and it's kind of late in the game. But like I said, I just felt like this aircraft needed a review based on this airplane not having VNAV to having VNAV via the experimental. And if you want to get the experimental version of this aircraft, you have it, and you have not tried the experimental, but you want to try it for yourself. I know what I had to do in Contrail. I had to go and uninstall all of the aircrafts, all of the Embraers from FlightSim Studios, and then once I uninstalled them, it then gave me an option to install the base or the experimental version. So I installed the experimental version. Next thing I don't want you to get trapped with, I had this issue initially, and I had to talk with a friend, and he told me how to get it sorted. Um, if you only install the experimental back, let's just say for the 175 and 170, because you say that's all you fly, but you still have the 190 and the 195. And you get a green screen in the front of your cockpit telling you, hey, the activation is complete, and it doesn't move. You have to then go back and make sure that all the aircrafts are set for the experimental. You can't have one as normal and all the rest is experimental. You have to make all of the rest of the downloads experimental, and that will get rid of there's a green square that's on that usually pops up on the screen, and it stays there. It does not move. It was driving me nuts. But yeah, so that's it. Passengers magically appeared on the airplane. Okay, good. And they're leaving. And so am I. I'm going to bed. So, guys, once again, thank you once again for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.
Drop it